Real estate agents, welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga.
That's me.
How are you doing, Joey?
I'm doing phenomenal.
You know, you just you took a trip here lately, right?
Yes, I did.
Over to Cali?
Went to California, Fresno. You know, my wife thought that Fresno was a small town. She went there. She's like, whoa.
It is.
Big farmland.
Farmland. Is it?
It is, yes.
Oh, never been there.
Yeah.
Never been there. We are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs. Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some great guests in the house with us today. We have Julie Antunes and Lisa Nocella. Antunes and Nocella with Russ Lyon Sotheby's International Realty. How are you doing?
Very well.
Jeff. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Well, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having us.
We are going to learn some great stuff from you today.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody's everybody's in agreement. Okay. Awesome. Why don't we start with telling the agents how long you've both been in the business and what got you into the business? How about that?
Okay. Well,
And whoever wants to start.
Well, I've been in the business for 13 years, and I started in the business on the East Coast, Connecticut actually. I used to have a small cleaning company, and I used to go to new construction sites. And while there, I would see all these buyers just milling about and no representation. And this happened from one end of the state to the other. I just felt the need. So I got my real estate license and started helping everybody out.
So you were out in the new build parking lots handing out business cards, right?
You betcha. No. Wish it was that easy.
Let's say that was Julie's answer. No, I'm just teasing. That was Lisa.
my answer's a little more boring.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was a real estate paralegal for a few years. I'm not going to tell you how many. But I was always on the administrative side of the desk.
Okay.
And I just, believe it or not, this sounds so corny, but always had a dream in my mind that I was going to move from Connecticut and I was going to live in Arizona and I was going to sell real estate. Even 40 years ago, I knew that.
Wow.
And so along the way, there was an opportunity to make that happen. So I've been in the business here for 16 years. And when I came to this side of the table, I never went back. I love selling.
Right. Well, so how long has it been? Have you
16
been
years.
Here? 16 years now?
Selling, yeah.
And you just had this vision, right?
Yeah.
That you're going to... No ocean?
No. We were on the ocean on the East Coast. It's overrated.
All right. I always told my wife, I wanted to end up someplace that had palm trees and sand, right? Which we have here.
You made it happen.
It's just not quite missing one thing, the big blue, ocean.
Get a pool.
Anyway.
Get a pool.
Yeah, I guess I could do this. Hard to surf on a pool.
True.
You don't surf anyway.
Oh, yeah. But I want to. But that's on my board to do. I want to be a surfer. No. I've watched a lot of those Keanu Reeves movies. I'm ready.
There you go.
Should have went to Fresno.
Yes. So you all are sisters.
Correct.
We are. So
I can't tell you apart.
No?
No, not on film anyway.
But they have the name tags. I can see
Yes, we
them.
do.
So why don't we talk about what you guys are doing today, or gals are doing today, to be successful in the market? Somebody want to share a little something?
I'll let Julie take this one.
okay.
All right.
Well, I think the number one most important thing always has been, this is a very customer service based business. This is no secret. If you don't stay in touch somehow, constantly touching your sphere and your database, you're forgotten. So using the right programs and apps and platforms and just good old-fashioned telephone, a lot of time goes into staying in touch with the people.
Telephone's a big one, right? I mean, that's...
It's more special these days because nobody makes a phone call.
Yeah.
So if you call somebody, they're kind of impressed, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I
believe
think
so.
that... Joey, you want to share?
Yeah, so here's my new technology.
Nice.
Does that look familiar?
Yes.
It's an old flip phone. So I want to stay in touch with people.
Doorstop.
Talking to people, right? Rather than through social media or always through texting or whatever. So sometimes Jeff would text me and he wouldn't hear from me for a while.
Yes.
I'm like, what's going on, Joey? He's like, just call me.
Yeah, just call
And so
me.
when I call him, it goes to voicemail.
Yeah.
That really helps. That really helps.
It's like letter writing. Everyone wants they're impressed with a letter.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's
Handwritten.
That's right. Lisa, anything to add as far as what you guys are doing right now?
Oh, right now a lot of social media, a lot of print advertising. But the mainstay is it's relationship driven,
Right.
There we go.
and you just have to keep up with those relationships.
Yeah, for sure. Well, share with us a little bit about the relocation it's kind of a niche that you all are really targeting, right?
Yeah, it just kind of morphed into what the market's doing. As,
Sure.
Real estate agents need to stay in tune and bob and switch up to what's happening. So in our marketing, it just seems like Arizona is one of the top places people are relocating to. And so we've created a specialty, learning a lot of the different areas in the valleys, neighborhoods, and amenities, so that when they come initially, it's very high level, and they want to know what they can do, where they can do it. And then we help them drill down and find the right home. Sometimes they have to rent first. Sometimes they move directly, buying from one place to another.
So you're seeing a lot of those people are relocating because of jobs, or are you seeing that they are selling a property in another state where they're selling for a much higher price point, moving here and paying cash for a place?
Mostly what I've seen is mostly either jobs or retirement. Even though our median age in Arizona is 35 years old, people think we're a much older population state, but we're not. There's still a good share that want that warm sun after, working their whole lives.
Yeah.
But a lot is job driven too, because we've got tech here now, we've got the military here. We're building a really strong platform of not just service industry jobs, but across the board, good paying jobs that are bringing people here.
Okay. When you shared before we got on, let's see, you just helped a veteran that just moved here, right?
Yeah, this was kind of exciting. So he's a retired United States Air Force sergeant, and he now works for Lockheed as a contract person, and he works many hours, and he's an F-35 trained pilot.
Wow.
And so they have a very specialized team.
Sure.
So they're relocating here to Luke, because that's where that program is going to be for the F-35s. And they're coming from all over the country, but he particularly and his family are from California.
Okay.
And trying to grab onto our price points right now, because the West Valley is still affordably priced, but inventory is very low.
Right.
So they were fortunate enough to get a new build. And
nice.
they're moving here in a month to start working.
Yeah.
So that was exciting, because we also got to do it during Luke Days this past weekend. And so while all those great air shows were going on, and I'm pointing up in the sky and all excited, he just turned to me and said, "Yep, just another day at work."
All right.
So
All right.
cool.
Lisa, are you seeing very similar? I mean, people are coming for jobs or they're selling a house somewhere else? And
I find a lot of seasonal people.
Oh, okay.
A lot of seasonal people. I just moved into a single-family home but lived in a condo.
Yeah.
And there were quite a bit of people coming in. It was a 6-month rental, and I see the changeover. And, I would say I get a lot of seasonal people.
Got it. Well, now I know California, right? A lot of people are moving from California.
Absolutely.
And I think Arizona is one of the top states for that. I think I was reading something. It's Nevada, Arizona, and Texas are the 3 main places people are going from California.
Sure.
Anyway. And with taxes there and everything else. They were just on a list, too. What was this list I just saw the other day? Oh, gosh. And they were number 50. They were dead last as far as quality of life.
Oh.
It's quality of life. Now, a lot of things were put into that, right? And it's a certain story I think U.S. News put out. But they were number 50.
Who, California?
California was number 50, yeah. And a lot of it has to do with cost of living, of course, right? Unfortunately, a lot of homeless now, they just can't afford.
And the weather. They've had some major disasters, fire, flood. So expensive. Very expensive.
I think
to
that's the
live
number
there.
one thing why people are leaving. But they can come over here, right?
Sure.
Oh, they
They've
come over
got
here.
the weather, and I mean, the only thing they're missing is the ocean, but it's not that far a drive down to Rocky Point, too.
Half the vehicles,
That's true.
Half the vehicles you see on the 101, I count the ones from California when I'm bored. I see a lot more from when I first arrived.
Yeah.
So you need to get these magnetic cards, right? Business cards, so that as you're driving by, you can
Oh,
just
sure.
fling them out the windows and stick them to the cars.
There's a thought. Write that down.
They have to be strong magnets.
Very strong magnets. Yeah, that might. Yeah, that's a bad
slingshot-
idea. We should probably forget
slingshot
that.
magnet.
We might want to edit that out, Joey, because
No,
that's probably not
let's
a good
keep
idea.
it.
Well, let's talk also about right sizing, because you all are helping people, right, that are looking at living more simple, getting rid of the big house. What are you seeing there? I mean, what's kind of the driving force that we're seeing?
I believe it's just people, families coming in, children are going off to college, it's mom and dad, the seasonal people, or a lot of retirees, and they just don't use the dining room area anymore, so that's become obsolete. A lot of folks don't even want the first pool. Usually first-time people here want a pool. I'm not seeing that as much. more I see are coming into communities that have community pools because they don't want to deal with the maintenance, and they're just living easier, simpler. They don't want the responsibility. They're here because the weather is great. They want to get out. They want to enjoy it. They want to hike. They don't want to be sitting there, raking leaves, doing all these other things. So it's just a simpler way of life.
Yeah, and I've done some research on that, and it seems like the millennials, which are the largest generation now in America, and the baby boomers, which are the second largest generation, are wanting very similar things right now. Because, the younger groups are putting off having kids and getting married and all that. So they want something smaller, right? Not as much maintenance, not as much upkeep, but something that has the amenities included, whether that's a pool and a gym or whatever.
The lifestyle's big.
Yes.
The lifestyle's huge.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't think they see it as a status as our generation did.
That's a good point.
Got it.
Well, I'm in my 20s, and I'm just kidding. I'm not in my 20s.
So am I.
This one's filmed in 1994.
Yeah, exactly. So being in the Gen X generation, my wife and I, we both are looking for a simpler lifestyle. We're actually thinking of living urban, selling our house and moving somewhere that's maybe 1,000 square feet or less, and enjoying the lifestyle, being able to ride our bikes or walk to a restaurant or, just do something fun rather than having to spend all our time in the house and paying all our bills and stuff. Yep. So.
And I think that's why you're seeing a lot of the urban area pop up for that reason, especially Phoenix. It's had a difficult time in its history creating that urbanization, but now that people are drawn to that area, it's building and it's more robust because all ages want to go there for the convenience.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. No, I love that movement, and it's a movement, and it's happening. And a lot of people are.
It is happening.
Yeah. I've seen some followings growing, almost to 1 million people following certain blogs and things now about living simple. So it's definitely moving. What about tips that you would give agents if they're looking at growing their business in 2018? Anything that you would say for sure they need to be doing?
Well, there's some tried and true things that it doesn't really matter what year it is. It was the same in 1990 as it is in 2018. I think it's really important for, especially agents starting out, as stupid as this might sound, to have systems in place. Spend the time to create just some kind of process, because there's nothing more that's a waste of time than collecting a bunch of contacts and business cards and then never doing anything with them. It's a waste of everybody's time.
That is not stupid. That is actually very intelligent. If agents would create a system for everything, then things will be so much simpler.
And you wouldn't lose touch, and it doesn't take it. There's upfront time, but
Absolutely.
your rewards on the back end are huge.
Yes, because once the systems are set up, all you have to do is tweak them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Systems, Joey.
Systems, baby.
I know it's not
call me
sexy,
baby.
but it's
What's that? Oh yeah, you weren't responding to me, right?
Oh no.
Oh okay.
Not you.
Just making sure. No, that's great advice. And I think the other advice that you would have given even from the beginning was actually use your phone.
Yeah.
Make the calls.
Amen.
Answer the phones, right?
right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the simplest things that have the most impact.
Right.
I don't know what the stats are, but they're very high as far as how did they choose the agent they work with, and it's usually the first person that they actually talk to.
Yeah.
I think it depends, too, on the audience you're trying to capture, whereas a lot of the millennials, they like the text. They do. That's what they're brought up. But I think our generation, baby boomers, they like the telephone. They like that touch and feel. The millennials, they want fast. They're in the now generation. They want to get it out and get it done, and okay, good. That's it, boom.
Yeah. I had a quick story about that because I had a husband and wife looking to buy. They're in their 30s, and they actually wanted to communicate via Facebook Messenger. So they made like a group message that went between me and the husband and the wife so that they could communicate that way. Now, what I would suggest agents do is anything real estate related, like legal real estate related, you obviously send an email, right? And then you send a message that says, hey guys, just want to make sure that you received that email I sent. I need you to do this, right?
Yeah.
But that was their thing. They didn't want to call. They didn't want to text even. They wanted Facebook Messenger.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So it was I don't know, It was kind of fun.
I guess to each his own, and
was fun.
then to the point, there's many different platforms to communicate.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of a challenge for agents, I think. You know, trying to be everywhere while still being relevant.
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely is. How about one thing that has impacted your business the most?
I'll let you take that one.
Okay, it's my sister.
Ah,
Okay. Whoa, listen to that.
Wow. Wow.
Can't beat
I
that one.
swear that
Do-
wasn't a setup. I
Do we
didn't
need,
No,
a,
it
do we need a
wasn't.
Kleenex?
Yeah.
No, I'm being honest. If it wasn't for my sister, her
seasoned.
tenacity, her knowledge, her perseverance, her determination, her integrity, I wouldn't be in this business.
That's awesome.
How's
Wow.
that make you feel?
Good.
No,
Thank you.
I tell her that
Humble.
almost once a week, how if I were looking for a realtor, I would choose her.
Wow.
And I was talking to the people in security title, not Linda, but one of the escrow agents, and I said, you know, if you know anybody that's looking for an agent, pick my sister. She is just wonderful. I can't think of another. I really
Oh,
can't.
Thank you. Well,
Wow.
we make a good team. We really
Thank you.
do. We really. I can be very serious, and she lightens it up sometimes, which it needs to be.
So if you're an agent, you need to get a sister.
I think it's
I could
easier
do
to
it
get
a-
an agent.
We're not sexist. She could have a brother too.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
We're all equal opportunity.
That's funny. That's funny. Well, are you both ready to get in the ring?
Thought we were.
Tag team. Tag team now.
Tag
All right,
team.
we're in the
Okay.
ring. So what's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Ooh. I like
Awesome.
it.
I like that
She
one.
took my line.
All right. All right. We can move on to the next
Okay.
one. How about your favorite mobile app?
Security Agent Pro 3.0, and I mean that with all sincerity. That thing, if you don't have it, agents, get it. It's dynamite.
Awesome.
Just used it yesterday.
You look so professional. It makes you look so good.
Really? Awesome. Okay. There we go. How about a book recommendation?
The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller. And
One
the
of my
reason I picked
favorites.
that, okay,
Yeah.
you got to have your big why.
Yes. The why.
The why. And the
And the
why is not about
systems.
money.
Yes.
The why. What
exactly.
makes you do this every day? Because you better have a why to do it.
That's right.
Absolutely. How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
I use Facebook. I
Okay.
do a
Yeah,
lot of
good.
Facebook.
I'd like to give a shout out to Wise Agent. It's a
Yeah.
local CRM,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's great. I've used it probably since I've been in business, 15 years. It's great.
All right.
I like our website too. You know, it may not be. You know, I like our website, ScottsdaleAreaProperties.com.
Okay. All right. You threw a few of them out there. That's
Yeah,
tough
well.
to say right there.
It is.
All right. So last thing, and I guess we'll let Julie draw because my arm's not long enough.
All
for
right.
that.
All right.
This is
I'm gonna try to-
beautiful. What is that, velvet?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I get to read it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
Oh.
Jeez.
Who's going to answer?
That's a good one.
I know it is.
Oh,
Or.
I think you both should have to answer that one.
The most adventurous thing I've ever
oh,
done.
I have it.
Or you can tell on each other.
When we went to Sweden and Finland for the month, and we just went all over and just toured and planes,
Yeah.
trains, and automobiles.
Jumping into the Baltic,
Wow.
sauna,
Yeah.
Nice.
Northern Lights,
Yeah.
with,
Lapland.
yeah. Reindeer.
Reindeers.
Pretty
went and-
adventurous.
That's our background.
So did you ride the reindeer? I mean,
No,
No.
but they
Oh.
galloped alongside us on the highway.
Really?
Yeah.
They can keep up with a car.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was, our cousins had a summer home that you had to, a suitcase and all, climb down the mountain to get to it. And this was located right on the Baltic
Uh-huh.
in Finland. And it was pretty adventurous trying to get down the mountain with one of our suitcases with wheels. And
And man-eating mosquitoes.
man-eating mosquitoes,
Oh,
and
boy.
every night the Finns, they sauna, and
Uh-huh.
they go into the sauna, they drink their shot of vodka, and then you run out of there and you jump into the freezing cold Baltic.
Oh.
And you do
Yeah.
it 3 times.
Yep.
3 times.
3 times.
In a row.
In a row. And then you have a little sausage and a little beer, and you go to bed and you sleep like you've never slept before.
Yeah.
And it's light 24 hours a day in the summer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this is like an every night thing?
Yeah, pretty much.
People have
Wow.
saunas in their house over restrooms.
Yes.
They'll have an outhouse, but they'll have an indoor sauna.
Yes.
Might be a little, there might be a little questionable sauna then.
It's all natural. It's all au natural.
And it doesn't matter who you are.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
That's so fun. Oh, you know what? We forgot to give a shout out to Linda Waymeyer.
Yes,
Linda's
Linda.
in the house here
Hey,
with
Linda.
us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for bringing Julie and Lisa in.
Yes.
Thank you guys
Yeah.
so much. Anything
Thank
final
you,
words?
Jeff.
Anything else you want to say?
Just want to thank Linda
Yes.
for all her marketing
All right.
help. She's tremendous. Without her, our business wouldn't be where it is.
Absolutely.
She's always there. She gets it done in however she has to. So highly recommend Linda Waymeyer.
I highly recommend her as well. Thank you, Linda.
Okay.
And thank you guys.
is
You too.
awesome.
Thanks
This
for
has
having
been
Yeah.
fun.
Has it been? All
Yeah.
right.
I
So if any
thoroughly
agents that
enjoyed
are
this.
watching or listening possibly want to reach out to you guys, how best
absolutely.
to do that?
Please do. You
email, phone, text, and you might call.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then my number's 480-225-0007.
And I'm 480-662-9959.
All right. There we go. Well, thank you so much for being in.
Well,
Thank you,
for
Jeff.
having
Thank you,
us.
Joey.
Yes, it's been fun. Until next
Yes.
time, this is Jeff Underwood and Joey Sampaga. We are the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs.
Oh yeah.
See you later. Bye. All right. Good job.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. No, it wasn't. Thank you.
You should have watched the